despite this board might be a bit longish due to the forms of the ridiculous amount of animations they're able to put up with, especially with the forms of crumbling platforms comes into play, and also between either Bowser or DK managed to have their turn, so at least I can able to cope with that being said. So, okay, so it looks like Luigi lands on his own character space, and it looks like that Waluigi might potentially go ahead and place his Chronoplant orb somewhere right next to where the unused pipe, or in this case not used pipe, all the way up to the happening space, so I'm guessing that he might able to actually just try to predict that someone might potentially land on that. Although, for Bowser and DK though, they don't seem to able to land on your character space because they act out like, you know, DK will become a star space and then Bowser will become a star space. So, that's pretty much as far as you can able to say about this for the majority of the time. So, there's a good thing I'm going to the green pipe, and in fact, where's Bowser by the way? Actually, no matter what though, I'm gonna go this way, just because I just want to be safe, and plus, I really don't want to get involved with the another trap orb or anything else like that, so I'm just gonna have to skip that for now, and I think I should be safe from here. And what is Warrior gonna use? He's gonna use his Toady orb, and then he's gonna place it right where the pipe is, so I suppose that's that. And he gets a lame number 1 as a dice roll effect, so... And it looks like Bowser once again uses his flamethrower to able to actually boost his movement for 2 dice blocks, so 6 and another 6, double 6, so now pretty much leads into 12. Oh my god, he actually just managed able to know where Luigi is. Even though that Luigi might lose all of his coins again, so that does feel a little bit, well, upsetting for his part. So, yeah, I just got to see him walking about and all that. So now he's over there, but we still need to wait until whenever we get into, like, I would say turn 13, that he will be back to DK, so... Alright, so let's see. Yeah, once again we are playing Motown again, so I'm fine with that. Oh yeah, something's worth mentioning for this point is the fact that today it is of course the 10th of October today, in this case in 2021. So it looks like that the My Little Pony Friendship Magic TV series is now becoming 11 years old now. So yeah, I can't even believe it's been 11 years since when this show was actually first released in new forms of the United States of America. So, or in this case, America to be more specifically. So because of that, yeah, I was quite surprised about how, you know, time's flying and all that stuff though, which I already said this countless amount of times already, or countless amount of times already, I should probably say so for myself there. And, yeah. But anyways, there's not much else to really, trying to talk about that, aside from the fact that, well, you know... Oh yeah, there's another thing I forgot to mention about. There was also another birthday present I did manage to used to have back in about a year ago, and that was the forms of Metroid Prime Trilogy for the Nintendo Wii. Well, just for, you know, for a Metroid fan, especially noticeable how the fact that until Metroid Prime 4 should be still on its way on the Nintendo Switch, although after all, we've actually got a new Metroid game since about 2 days ago, thankfully, which is the new 2D Metroid game, which is Metroid Dread, so that should be pretty surprising. In fact, I might actually get the game tomorrow, so even then that should be exciting. So, especially noticeable, it's been about... you know what I mean, almost 20 years since the previous new 2D Metroid game, which is of course, well, let's just say in terms of the forms of the original 2D Metroid game, which is the forms of, well, Metroid Fusion for the sake of the actual releasing and stuff like that. But as far as I'm aware, for story progression, for certain, like, Metroid story, well, it's kind of hard to explain because I know it has been quite a few days since I actually did manage to, you know, mention something related to Metroid since, well, ever since enjoying forms of Castaway Bay videos, so... Oh, speaking of such, another happening. So let's see what it gonna bring us into now. So, green pipe is now down there, and, well, nothing else for the most part. And let's see what Warrior's gonna do. He's gonna get a 3. So in this case, he's probably gonna land on, gloriously, my trap right there. Although I've no idea why I say things right like this, but, well, apart from the fact that he was probably gonna take my metal mushroom, or he's taking, the metal mushroom orb. But, unfortunately though, I'm out of room for the actual orb storage, so, oh well, no big deal. But at least I've got myself a regular mushroom orb still. So that way I could potentially try to able to go ahead and, well, you know what I mean, try to save it up until when we meet up with DK again, so now the Bowser's now over there, but of course until the next turn that DK will show up, so that should be the only thing we need to keep an eye out for. And once again, 1 versus 3 again, so, but after all, we've already played every single one of those, you know, 1 versus 3 minigames for sure, even though there might be some day and night time exceptions though, for some specific differences between them, but I'll get to more details about that whenever we get into the forms of the next few videos of Mario Party 6, potentially speaking, so. But anyway, another thing I just want to point things out right away is that I don't suppose that some toy sales has not mentioned about this either. In regards to the forms of other discussions to make, that is something to do with the forms of the lost media for the Super Monkey Ball Flash games. Like, well, potentially speaking, that I don't suppose that they've mentioned about it during the course of, or some toys else for that matter, has not even mentioned about this during the course of Wario Land 3, or specifically, you know, Banjo-Tooie Let's Plays. That is the forms of the Super Monkey Ball Lost Media, as far as I mentioned this earlier, which are entirely Flash games. So I think there are about 3 Flash Super Monkey Ball games during the 2000s and stuff like that, which is Super Monkey Ball Mini, and also Super Monkey Ball 2 Mini, and finally, perhaps the most forgotten games in the entire media, and that's of course Super Monkey Disco Ball, which I'll discuss more about that in a moment. But what I've noticed is the fact that I do remember 2 games of the 3, which is Super Monkey Ball Mini, which is basically, it's like before the release of Super Monkey Ball for the GameCube, and I do remember that game fondly remembered, just because of you guide the monkey in a ball, and then basically you have to tilt the maze, and then you just gonna have to finish the level, and that's all you have to do. However, here's the thing though, you have to do it with the most awkward controls if possible, by simply utilizing the actual mouse, not able to actually tilt the maze and stuff like that. But for its time though, it is kind of impressive back in the day, in you know, 2001, before, you know, one of the GameCube's launch title was actually came out to be, so because of that, yeah, I just want to classify that. Oh boy, so DK is now going to be right near to me, but at least I'm hoping that he'll meet up with me eventually, but we'll see what happens there. But in fact, I'm probably going to be placing my Piranha Plant orb somewhere right there, assuming if someone might able to land on that. And oh boy, I got myself some freebie coins as well, mainly with 5 coins, so that seems cool all in all. And we'll go for 7. What space am I gonna land on? Actually, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter, so I might as well go up. And I'm also able to get another orb, like, for instance, the Super Shroom orb. So, thankfully, at least I managed to get that. So yeah, with the forms of the Monkey Ball Mini, basically that, well, obviously, that it does manage to retain 9 levels. Although, what I've noticed that someone actually mentioned about this is that originally they were only able to include 10 levels, but for whatever reason, we're missing the 10th level on the Super Monkey Ball Mini Flash game. And as far as I'm aware, that's the 10th and the final level on that game. It appears to be by the forms of, I would say the Sega logo, basically. And if I'm guessing correctly, that the 9th floor is going to take place in AV logo, pretty much. So, at least I was expecting for this much. So, let's see what Wario has to do here. He lands on the, or he goes in, rather, to the red space, or the red pipe, as far as I like to point things out. And let's see what DK has gonna go to. oh yes, he's going to use his banana, so I'm really hoping that you'll get high numbers between these two dice blocks. 9 and 4, so that makes 13. That seems like a really good number for his dice rolls there. Although, first of all, he's going to give Warrior a star first, because he's the only one who got closer to DK first. But that's okay, because I'm sure enough he'll meet up with me. And potentially speaking, until the next turn, I should be able to actually use my Super Shroom Orb until the next turn as well. So hopefully I can catch up with him as well, so... Yay, 2 stars for me! Well, usually 1 star is an addition, so yeah, it seems kind of cool though. And conveniently enough, he's now going to be placed right near where I was, so it's a good thing I can able to use one of my orbs, so that way I can able to use it wisely, so... Oh, you gotta be kidding me! A battle game as soon as I was predicting that! Oh well, no big deal, but at least we can show off another battle minigame nonetheless, so... 20 coins to bet, so let's see what minigames are we playing next, so... Oh boy, no matter what though, I think I should probably go ahead and just deal with, the one in the middle, Control Stick, because we already, experienced Wishing Rapid, even though despite I've already picked that, but this is the only minigame that everyone else has not picked. So tilt Control Stick and C Stick so that you, your left and right hands match the directions displayed on the screen. The last player standing wins. So there's another one of those dual control stick types of minigames, and except the fact that we need to copy the actual exact hand movements as what it's shown on the display on screen. But if you don't do this, on the other hand, though, you'll be out. So I don't mind this minigame. In fact, it's actually kind of, like, intense for the most part. Especially noticeable that you have to rely on the forms of quick timing and what have you. Because if you are too slow, basically you'll be out of the game. You know, it kind of reminds me of Shy Guy Says from Mario Party 1 and Mario Party 2. Except the fact that rather than just... using 2 buttons, so instead they now usually utilizes the 2 control sticks, which is, you know, the regular control stick as well as the forms of the C-stick controls. Sorry for a little bit of a tangent right there, because I wasn't exactly know what I was trying to say from earlier, so... Every once in a while, it gets a bit more faster the more you progress, so yeah, you have to be paying attention to it the insane amount of times, so... And if someone's out, they're able to actually have a nice little tube slide ride, which does look pretty cool though, even though that, well, I just somehow managed to win for the most part. And I believe we only got about 2 more battle games left until we're pretty much done with the battle mini-games. So, it's quite surprising though, kind of think about it. Even though it wasn't until whenever we get on to Mario Party 7 and Mario Party 8 that those 2 Mario Party games do have 5 battle games. So, that seems a little bit lesser amount compared to, although it might actually retain the exact same amount of battle mini-games from the likes of Mario Party 4. But that's fine by me, so once again another happening space. Although it doesn't really matter anyway, just because I'm almost nearly towards DK at this point, so that seems fine enough for me. Alright, let's see what Waluigi has to do here. He got a 7, and let's see what on that. Is he gonna go for... Yeah, he's gonna go for that green pipe, but he doesn't have that much coins, so... Due to that battle minigame, he lost to that. So, you can imagine if he wants that particular battle game, then he would definitely get it. But, regardless of such though, that's as far as I can usually try to describe it, so... And then, sure enough, he lands on another happening space, which, sure enough, he'll get another item freebie, so... That seems swell for the most part. Alright, now it's time for me to be able to use my glorious Super Shroom Orb. So hopefully, I don't know if I might as well get my guarantee to get myself a biggest number of rolls as much as I can, but I will try. So 3, that sucks. 10, better, and 6 is okay. And that pretty much leads me to 19. So yeah, we'll see DK here. I can imagine what DK is going to be go to next, assuming if I manage to meet up with him. So let's see what space is he going to go to next. Oh, he's going to go onto that side now, so I don't know if you might able to meet up with Luigi or anything else like that, but we'll see what happens at some form or another, so. Alright, so let's just go ahead and, you know, keep moving. I wonder what that green's... Okay, so the green pipe will lead me to over there, so let's not worry about that right now, because obviously it doesn't really matter anyway, because I pretty much in the lead at the moment, and I think a safest bet for me though is to go up, because otherwise I really refuse to able to land on one of those Waluigi's orbs in that particular character spaces for Waluigi's sake, so... Alright, so Warrior's gonna go down as opposed to up, so... Although he lands on the red space, so that seems unfortunate for him. So whatever DK were able to... Oh, he's not gonna use his banana, so... if I recall correctly, I'm also able to go ahead and use my, Oh, sweet! I can able to use my regular mushroom to catch up to him, so... That maybe seems cool and awesome at the same time, although I'm also able to, hopefully God forbid, trying to get a good number roll from here, so... Alright, back to Clean Team. So it's been a while since we actually did manage to play this minigame. I think the last time we played this, it was in... I think my guess is, it was like, Snowflake Lake or something? Although I may be wrong, because I know it has been, you know, quite a few days since I actually did last touch this game, so... And this time I'm going to be doing the wiping as opposed to spraying the windows, so hopefully we should be able to get this done. So yeah, not much else to say, I must be honest here for this point, guys, apart from the fact that, you know, we're pretty much almost nearly at the end of, well, specifically, not only that, well, regardless of such though, we've almost at the halfway point in October already. But also, in regards to everything else, in regards to the forms of some more uploading schedules for Mario Party 6, that it feels like we've almost done here until we move on to the last, you know, Mario Party game for the Nintendo GameCube, which is of course Mario Party 7, before we moved on to Mario Party 8, and eventually, whenever we call up to the series, then we can finally catch up on, you know, Mario Party Superstars for the Nintendo Switch, basically. So, we figure we might as well able to say that right now, so... Anyway, so, yeah, I'm still currently on the lead for 3 stars and 89 coins. So, yeah, let's see what Luigi has to do here. And in fact, we've almost nearly at the end on the final board in Mario Party 6, at least specifically the party mode portion of the game, so... But don't worry, there's still more things to come, so, let's see how this goes though, hey? Alright, so Waluigi's gonna place his Piranha Plant orb right next to him. And in addition to that, he'll get 8 coins out of that. Now, unlike the ones in Mario Party 7, if you manage able to get coins out of the forms of that specific orb, usually it doesn't get the actual animations if you manage able to react by able to actually just to get yourselves the actual coins for free if you managed able to activate one of those orbs. So, it did actually lose its charm a bit, but regardless of such though, that's as far as I can mention about. And once again, Waluigi lands on the exact same spot as the form from the previous turn. And this time he gets a different orb, like a Paratrooper orb. So, alright, so let's see. I need 5 or higher, but thankfully I've got myself my regular mushroom, so I can able to use this to able to boost my movements and stuff. So, hopefully that should probably make the big deal for that. So, oh, that's not good. Okay, that's fine, because that's definitely enough for me to able to actually see DK. But first of all, let me just buy the actual item, like, once again, the Super Shroom Orb, so that way I can able to, you know, boost my movements for until the next few turns to get away from Bowser during nighttime and stuff. So, into the red pipe we go. And that way I can get myself my 4th star in this board. So, it feels like I'm doing a little bit more better then he informs of how it does it back in 2012, despite the fact that it's no longer there in our channel anymore, just because of, you know what I mean, bad quality and everything. So, yeah, you probably get the gist of it, so... Alright, so DK is now further away from us now, so this means that he's pretty much at the highest, portion of the board, or something like that. And once again, I keep on landing on happening spaces. I get the feeling I might as well get the action star, basically, so, I just get a strong sense of feeling from this. Even though, between me and Waluigi are going to be the toughest thing to notice, because it's especially true whenever you're able to realize that if you think you're about to be able to land on, you know, a lot of happening spaces from that point right there, but then next you notice that someone else might be able to land it before you, but it knows what it is, so... DK is not going to use his banana, but that's okay, because, well... He'll probably turn into Bowser at night time though until the next turn, so yeah, that's pretty much about it. Alright, once again, 4-player game in Lift Leapers again. So yeah, I'm very pleased able to get into this minigame again, so, because you know, I'm pretty much a master when it comes to platforming stuff. Even though, mind you, some exceptions, mind you, with, you know, the impossible levels with Super Mario Maker levels, so... But, must be honest here, I think I'm not exactly a huge expert when it comes to Mario Maker games, because, although playing the actual levels is fun, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not exactly an expert when it comes to, like, let's just say super hard levels, or super hard, or super expert levels for that matter, because they are literally impossible. But it might be pretty fun to play through, but trying to complete it, it might be impossible to do it, so... Plus, I might be biased when it comes to that, so... Unfortunately, I don't think I can get myself my best time, unfortunately, unlike last time, but that's okay, because, well, I've already accomplished that, didn't I, since during the forms of, well, specifically, I think it's in Fair Square, I'm presuming so, the last time we played this, so, at least if I'm presuming guessing that correctly, so, yeah, that's pretty much something, so... Anyways, I believe we're now on to the last 5 turn event. In addition to that, 3 night times to go. So, yeah, potentially speaking, we've pretty much almost done here. So we'll skip that. And, oh dear, what is going on with my GameCube again? But anyways, I'm on first. Waluigi's in second. Wario is in third. And sadly, Luigi's in last. So, God knows what bonus is it going to be this time for the sake of this finale board in Mario Party 6. And it's once again 5 bonus capsule spaces, or orb spaces for certain characters. So, in this case though, this time we have Luigi's, well, 2 or 3 trap spaces, and 2 character spaces specifically. So, feels like we keep on seeing that event a lot, which, unlike the other events that we actually did technically see, that, basically usually show us, once per board. Although, mind you, a few exceptions, mind you, so, yeah, sure, it's something, I suppose. In fact, it's been a while since we actually seen the actual, 5, character spaces event, since I think the last time we seen that, it was in, I would say since Fair Square, because as far as I'm aware, in Castaway Bay, we actually did got, triple amount of coins event. Like, you know, blue spaces give you 9 coins, and then you probably know about that since in the forms of Castaway Bay, so there's nothing we can mention about that again, because obviously that we're actually getting very close towards the end, so... And by that time, until whenever we get into the forms of Mario Party 7, that sadly though, that will be the last time we're going to be seeing the forms of the actual last, well, let's just say, I'll let Ray the Flying Squirrel will able to mention more about Mario Party 7 until 2022, because, well, I'm sure he'll got a lot of discussions to make during that time anyway. So anyway, just gotta place one of my, orbs into that particular space over there, almost right near to where Waluigi is, so, oh, what's this? Ah, it's Paratrooper. Well, it's a good thing that I managed to able to go right over there, and that might be it. Ah, dang it, I forgot about that thwomp. orb trap. But that's okay, because I usually stay put. And then plus, I'm way too far away from Bowser, so that's good. So, alright, Wario's gonna place his Twister Orb right where the red space is. So, that sure is something. And he's gonna get a 4, an okay number, but does he gonna escape from Bowser through time? I don't know, but it could have some potentials going. Oh, wait a second. Oh, there's another Paratrooper Orb. And that pretty much gives him a safety catch, because I believe Waluigi might get screwed over no matter what, because obviously if Bowser might able to use his flamethrower, this means, you know, 2 dice blocks come into play. And then if he meets up with Waluigi, then he'll pretty much gonna be screwed for Waluigi in that case. Although, to be fair, that he is safe from now on, so that should be alright for him. Alright, once again, another 1 versus 3 again, and we still haven't played that one or quite a few minigames for dual minigames or some other minigames for that matter. But of course, we're going back into Ray of Fright again, so let's see how this goes though, hey? Well, actually, kind of think about it, if I'd like to say something for this point, is the fact that maybe potentially until the next turn, or anything else for that matter, then I'm also able to try my best if I was going to land on that. Another one of those happening spaces that I could able to show you guys about that, but not now though, because we are basically playing this minigame, so... I still can't stress that enough about the fact that how small the arena is, so it might be impossible to able to win this somehow if you're in a team of 3, so... Oh boy. Alright, so it looks like we are... No! Oh! The timer's up! The timer's up! But somehow it still counts as single player wins because I somehow got knocked out. Ah, that was unfortunate for me, and especially noticeable how Wario got very lucky right there for his last shot. Ah, jeez, I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, last 4 turns, so let's see how this thing's gonna turn out. And unfortunately, Luigi gets a 1, but he lands on the happening space, but I get the feeling nothing happens there. So... yeah, nothing happened. So only daytime works. Alright, so meanwhile, Waluigi's gonna use his Thwomp Orb trap right there. Even though that trap orbs does not affect DK or Bowser, because otherwise they're just, you know, trying to able to bypass your traps, pretty much. Alright, so for me, I'm not gonna use my orb yet, because Bowser's like somewhat close to me, so... I could potentially try to land on that happening space there, but I'm gonna go the one at the very top, because I might as well purchase myself this sluggish room, and because of that I need to land on that another happening space, and I'm sure most of you people out there have never actually seen this, but I'm sure they've already seen this in several other Mario Party 6 playthroughs, basically, ranging from the Runaway Guy's playthrough, or Slim Kirby's playthrough, or any playthroughs for that matter, so yeah, it doesn't matter which ones which you're able to watch, so... Anyway, so let's go ahead and see what happens for Wario. In this case, he's going to buy another item, such as another Twister Orb. Oh man, so many Twister Orbs throughout the majority of the board. I mean, jeez. Alright, so what's... oh boy, looks like Bowser's going to use his flamethrower. And he might potentially try to go ahead and screw up Waluigi by, well... although, that seems like a very, very close call, because, well, potentially speaking, I get the feeling that, is he gonna go after him? No, but he hasn't, so that might seem safer for Waluigi, so I'm guessing that's like a good thing for Waluigi. And, potentially, until the next turn, I think I should probably try my best to able to switch to daytime, during the last 3 turns event, or the last 3 turns, I should say, so... Dusk till dawn! In this case, once again, I'm going to be in a team of 3, so, time to do some clearing up. yeah, not much else discussions otherwise, because other than the fact that I've already mentioned about, you know, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, as the TV series is now 11 years old, which, jeez, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Especially noticeable, I'm still a huge fan of the show, so... But at least every once in a while, though, is the fact that we pretty much now moved on to Generation 5 now, so even then, though, but I still enjoy it, for the actual film anyway, but despite I'm still used to with Friendship is Magic cast of characters, because basically Friendship is Magic is actually a little bit more popular than the forms of how it does in the forms of Pony Life, because I will say that the Friendship is Magic is still a bit better show than the Pony Life, in my opinion, just because, well, I just found it a bit, not that great, but not any good anyway for me, though, but that's probably just me anyway, so... Alright, so Luigi gets a 4, and he's gonna land on the Wario's character space, and ouch! That will definitely gonna be feel the pain for Luigi's coins amount. So yeah, that seems like a definition of that painful, you know, space to land on. And meanwhile, for Waluigi gets a 9, and he's gonna go into this green pipe, although, for whatever reason, I have no idea why he's gonna go in here, but regardless, he's gonna avoid... Oh, wait a minute. Twister Orb. Oh, that gives him a bit of a further, distance there. That seems kind of lucky for him, so... I just get the feeling that we have not actually seen the actual too many emphasis on miracle spaces for a long period of time since, well, Snowflake Lake, that we actually did see that once, so... But again, until when it gets to the point until Mario Party Superstars, then the Chance Time event will return, so... Anyways, let's see, I need, 3. I need a 3, so that way I could show you guys another happening event, which I just did right there. Basically, Twyla, in addition to Brighton, did manage to show up at the exact same time, and basically it's all about the timing thing, and then basically you have to press the A button at the right moment, until you're able to, God forbid, trying to hit the sun, or daytime rather. So in this case, the arrow hits the daytime, so that means daytime is now a thing, in the last 3 exact turns. So, this means no need to worry about Bowser any longer, and as a result, then it's just DK the whole way through. So, it's a good thing I did manage to did that anyway. Especially noticeable that I think, personally speaking, between Sluggish Room along with Slow Dice blocks between both Mario Party 9 and Mario Party 10, those are the best items in the game in my opinion, just because you can able to actually just... Oh, and as well as the Slow Go Candy as well in Mario Party 8, that those are the only items I can definitely recommend, especially noticeable if you're having struggling just trying to win, then that'll be the actual the items for you. Especially noticeable, it really helps the actual strategy that you don't get screwed over. Along with the forms of the custom dice blocks from Island Tour for only one particular board, and that's of course Star-Crossed Skyway, and the majority of Super Mario Party, and heck, even the custom dice block will make a comeback until Mario Party Superstars. So, I'm assuming that's what that is, so... Anyway, so now DK is right next to where the red pipe is at the moment, so potentially I might as well meet up with him again, if depending if dice blocks doesn't screw me up, so... Alright, Smash Dance again, so hopefully we should be able to do some, you know, more ground pounds and everything else like that, so that should be pretty much a surprising note. Oh, and by the way, another thing I just want to talk about is the fact that I recently watched the majority of the actual cutscenes of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross recently by the forms of the theater mode, because after all, the offline is now a thing for Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and while I've watched the whole entire movie out of it, I found it as one of the greatest stories ever. Like, no need to worry about the actual gameplay mechanics or anything else like that, thankfully, for my part, because I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the actual gameplay style of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, because it just feels kind of like, well, not my cup of tea. I much rather prefer, like, character movements, along with a lot of combat and platforming involved, because that's why I'm usually, when it comes to used to that, during the course of the past Kingdom Hearts games for sure, but that's probably just me. but not in the Union Cross to my knowledge, because I wasn't a big fan of that particular gameplay style. But at the very least, I can at least enjoy the story though, for the sake of the theater mode, because after all, I did watch all of the actual cinematic cutscenes of the game, and sure enough, I enjoy every single scenes of it. So, there might be some sad moments here and there, which I'm not going to spoil things majorly for those who have not played the game yet, or even seen the actual movie itself. So, yeah, there might be some possibilities to think of. Alright, so Waluigi gets a 7, so in this case he lands on the blue space after all. And then for me, I'm going to use my Super Shroom Orb, so that way I can catch up to DK again, and that pretty much leads me to my 5th star for purchasing it. So, 9, that's top notch, 1 is pretty bad, and 4 is okay. Almost like the almost identical roll as in the forms of the previous attempts for catching up to DK, so... But that's okay for me, because I'm as well able to purchase my another Super Shroom Orb, so that way I can able to catch up to him even more, if depends on the forms of a different movements that he's probably gonna go to, so... Yay, my 5th star in Clockwork Castle. I don't know if Luigi might catch up anytime soon, but oh, DK is now gonna be at the very beginning of the board. So yeah, I'm quite surprised right there. The red pipe will actually lead me to down there, but I might as well hop in there anyway. Although, kind of think about it, I think I actually got 9 movements left, but nope, because oh wait a second, nah, I don't feel like trying to go for that. Oh! Dang! I got screwed with my coins amount. Ah, dang you, Waluigi. How come you placed that there? Nah, whatever. Coins doesn't really matter to me though, because we're on the last 2 turns, and plus, no coin star to be found, so I'm alright with that. Ah, I did not notice that was there. But anyway, come on, DK. Ah, you're not gonna use that banana, aren't you? And you get yourselves a pretty low number, but that's okay, because I'm still in the lead, so I might be alright. Although, potentially speaking, that if I was going to look on the map until the final turn anyway, that I should able to actually recognize the actual, what the green pipes or some red pipes will actually lead me to. But, again, we'll see what happens until the final turn on the board, so... Alright, time to do some Pokey Punch-Outs. So it's time to kick some Pokey's butt. But yeah, there's not much else I can discuss upon for this point today, apart from the fact that, well, potentially speaking, that we've almost nearly at the end of, you know what I mean, the final board in Mario Party 6 in Party Mode, and then after we're done with that, we will show off some of these extra side content of what this game offers us too. So that should be exciting from my knowledgeable side of things anyway. So 27 points. Even though nowhere near as high as the forms of last time though, regrettably speaking, because I have no idea why I just keep on messing around with my control stick and stuff like that, but that's okay. Alright, last turn in not only for Clockwork Castle, but also the final turn in the main boards in Mario Party 6, until we move on to some extra sided things, so... Oh, talk of a devil, we have the dual space after all. What? At first I thought he was gonna duel against me. Okay, whatever. At least that both Luigi and Waluigi are about to duel against each other in... I can't remember what duel game they're about to be playing. Mass Media. So, in this case, I'll sit back and watch. Although, despite that minigame might be a bit longish, so I guess we'll have to cope with that length. So, I might be alright with that. So, let's see how these two might able to cope with. Although it's a bit of a good coincidence, because after all, that you know, that we're about to be seeing this minigame again until Mario Party Superstars for the Switch. And in fact, no matter what though, is the fact we only got about, I would say, 19 days to go until specifically that game's gonna come out, so... And in fact, it's been about a whole month since not only Sonic Colors Ultimate came out in well, multiple platforms as far as I'm aware, but also it's been about a month ago since when WarioWare Get It Together came out for the Nintendo Switch, and still managed to play that game from time to time though, even though it has been quite a few days since I actually did manage to touch upon that game, because I did manage to able to play a bit of Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania for the PlayStation 4 and potentially the Xbox One version as well, so that I can able to get a lot of practice of those games before we get into the actual Let's Play of the game, and during at some point whenever we played the Switch version of the game. So although we do need to able to get some downloadable content out of the way, so that way we can able to actually do the proper Let's Play of Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. So because of that, I'm so excited to be able to do that game. Although we have to come across into other Monkey Ball Let's Plays here and there first, mind you. That, sure enough though, we'll get around to it at some point. So it looks like Waluigi wins that minigame after all, so that definitely seems a little bit more knowledgeable kind of ways. And he's gonna go down, and let's see. That's a payback for you, Waluigi. That is a payback for you. Although this time it's roughly 39 coins, so yeah, that seems quite a lot. That seems quite a lot. I'm glad to have that payback from Waluigi right there. Let's have a look. That green spade, or that green pipe, I wonder if that's gonna lead me to, I wonder. Is it gonna lead me to... Okay, so it might actually lead me to DK, so... I'm also able to use my last Super Shroom Orb, so hopefully I'm also able to use this, and hopefully meet up with DK for the last time. So 2, that's pretty bad, 1 is even worse, and 5, okay, but I'm hoping I can get enough space movements to able to meet up with DK nonetheless. So it feels like I'm pretty much dominated for the majority of this board pretty much. So, yep, I think I actually got enough. Yep, I actually got enough. So, oh wait a second. Since that warrior did manage to get able to got himself something related to a green type of orb, so God knows he might able to actually use that in the end. So, we'll see what happens there. So in this case, yeah, he's got the, what? First of all, he's gonna use his regular mushroom to able to meet up with DK. Ah, whatever. But at least he got a 9, so will he meet up with him? Nope, just 1 space away. Gee, first of all, he's gonna use that mushroom to begin with, but apparently he accidentally chose the Paratrooper Orb by mistake. Ah, dang you, Wario, what is wrong with you? But anyways, the last DK's turn, and it looks like he's gonna use the banana for last, so... yeah, he's gonna meet up with me. So, 10 and 6 makes 16. That seems like a pretty good roll. The maximum movements that both either DK or Bowser is gonna reach up into is definitely 20 movements, so just want to classify that. Although they don't get the coin bonus because they act out as NPCs and stuff, so yeah, you probably get the gist of it, so... And which specific space does DK's gonna land on? Right between the Waluigi space and the Happening space, basically. Alright, last minigame in Mario Party 6 in terms of the main boards, and it is another battle game! Oh jeez, what is going on today? But at the very least we can show off another one of those battle games potentially, so... And this time we'll bet for 10 coins, so way better than 50 coins though, because seriously, 50 coins is way too much. So anyways, I think it's about time to choose Insector Ride. And I will say, this is really... I can't speak today for this point, guys. I do apologize for that. So anyway, pick a locomotion machine and start racing. Whoever reaches the goal first wins. So yeah, Insector Ride is actually a pretty cool battle minigame because it feels kind of similar to, let's just say, between Day at the Races and Random Ride from Mario Party 5. Although, you can now able to take control of it this time around, as opposed to, like, predicting it's going to be the actual victor for the luck-based elements to it. Although, unlike in Day of the Races though, and Random Ride, that you have to able to predict which one of those machines you're going to choose, and it's all about randomness involved. And in here, you can pick the actual one of those machines you can able to choose, ranging from the ladybug to beetle or the snail or I would say a grasshopper. And basically you have to able to press a certain button combinations. I believe for the ladybug, you have to mash the button 10 times, and then as for the actual beetle, you have to press the button just once to progress, and it's all randomized. And also for the snail, you have to hold down the A button and let go of the A button to you able to proceed. And finally, the grasshopper, you have to press 8 button combinations, very similar to the forms of fish and drifts from Mario Party 4, except rather than just filling up the water, instead we're competing for the race. So I think, to me though, this is the perfect way we can end the actual board off, because this is really cool as far as the minigame itself goes. So yeah, pretty awesome way to end this off. Even way better than the forms of how it does it on that strawberry short fuse though, because jeez, we'll get to that at some point whenever we get into solo mode. So 22 coins, and Wario got 9, and Waluigi only got 1 coin. So that seems kind of pitiful for you know, Waluigi for that you know, for when it comes to winning. So I get a strong sense of feeling that Luigi's not good. He's not gonna have himself a good time with this. Like, he has none of the coins, none of those stars, despite he got screwed over by Bowser at the earliest point of the board. So potentially I think Luigi loses it instantly. So anyway, so time for the bonus stars. So minigame star, obviously me, because I'm the god to certain minigames. So some exceptions, like some luck-based ones, so like Stamus Lame as an example. And as for orb star, whoever gets this. Oh, me. It's a good thing I managed to use my my super shroom, or well, just any orbs for that matter. Just managed to able to, well, I have no words to say here. Finally, the action star. Oh, I surprisingly got that. How lucky am I? Especially noticeable, it's a good thing I managed to use that sluggish room during the other few turns ago. So the winner in Clockwork Castle, obviously me, because I basically dominated everything, and conveniently enough, I managed to win every single boards in Mario Party 6. So much to the point where 6 board victories of mine. How top notch am I? So, yeah, awesome. So I'll just press yes, or press the A button, and yeah, that seems pretty cool, all things considered. I got 9 stars, that seems kind of top notch. So anyways, minigame star, 240 of those coins I managed to receive from the minigames. So, wow, I've somehow beaten Waluigi by 1 orb left. But at the very least, imagine if Waluigi uses his last orb, then we're basically tied for orb star. And let's have a look at the happening. Jeez, I'll land on 5 of these. And then compared to Waluigi, or Luigi for that matter, those two are pretty dang close to each other. And also dual spaces, yeah, and also none of those miracle spaces. And of course, no DK space or no Bowser spaces to be found. So, I just want to point things out, which I think I already mentioned about this ever since in the first part of this, so, of this board anyway. So, I think, suffice to say, we're pretty much getting things off here. So, join me next weekend for more of Let's Play of Mario Party 6. Is that we are moving on to one of those extra side modes of what this game actually offers us to. So to begin with, we'll get started with the solo mode. So I'll see you guys until next Saturday. Later, fellas.